I was watching an old video of mine, and somebody asked in the comments what I thought a fact was, and I watched the video, and I had said in there, but I had also replied to them I'd make a video on that. Now, I don't remember if I did. It's an old video, maybe I have, but it made me think I would explain again. Now, it's an interesting thing to me, but to anybody else, it's perhaps especially difficult because it's related to my whole rebuilt epistemology. Because we tend to think of a fact as some truth in reality, or at least about reality. And to me, that is not at all what a fact can be because those definitions simply just don't go together. Now, that whole framework approximates understanding what a fact really is. It inspires behavior that would pursue facts in the same way I would pursue facts to a certain degree, though there's thresholds and limits involved with that because of the misconceptions. But specifically, I'm a subjectivist. And so to me, we only have subjective things. So what is a fact? What could a fact be if it's a subjective fact? And it's really simple. We have perceptions. Okay. A fact is a subset of perceptions. It's particularly a kind of perception that adheres to material consistency. Okay, you look away and you look back, it's still red. Then the fact is it's red. Oh, but somebody else looked and it's different. Well, maybe the fact isn't that it's red. Maybe the fact is that it's reflecting light and that the redness comes from your eyes. And we can continually expand this through two methods. One, there is the temporal factor. That over time, as I said, you can look away and look back and you can double check those facts and see that they are adhering to a material consistency. You can record them with measuring devices that do better recording than human memory, and so on and so forth. The other way is interpersonal tests. Okay, the interpersonal perceptive consistency that we sometimes witness with our perceptions is the quality that we call being factual. Okay, and really your tone and attitude, therefore, affects very much which something is factual. You say, it is a fact that that house is gray. And I say, well, you're colorblind. I think the house is blue. Well, you could change that statement into a fact just by saying, it is a fact that I perceive that house as gray. So this is the nature of facts. And the thing is, if you back off a fact and say it's a fact I perceive, then you might have problems with the proofs you hoped to author with these facts as your initial principles. Okay, but that's your problem. The fact is still a perception that merely adheres to these material requirements. And why is that important as a distinction from the fact being the way things actually are? Well, because we just think it's a fact. We don't know. We have facts that we have to rethink. All of our facts have to be rethought and redone. Because, for example, the fact that it's a blue house. Well, when we find out about optical physiology, the neurology of the eyes and perceptions, we start to see, oh, well, that wasn't really the fact. The fact is that it was producing photons of a wavelength that our eyes detect as red and represent as red. And all of our facts are subject to that because they're perceptions. Because the consistency will only be to a certain scale, and if you break it down, what was consistent seems less consistent, but certain consistent parts remain, and you can follow those, and that's drilling down into factual reality. Okay, so facts are things that matter, not things that relate to matter like atoms. Facts that matter. They have material ramifications. They matter logically. They matter in reasoning. That's what a fact is.